Hey everybody, what's happening for a Friday? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody had a good week and is looking forward to a nice productive prepping weekend to obtain those items that you might be deficient in. Items of all sorts, you know what they are. Um, Today's video wanted to touch on the area of OPSEC and self-awareness, risk assessment, risk management, going forward here for the foreseeable future, and in particular the next couple weeks, next 2 or 3 weeks. I think that this is a critical moment for the country in general, and I think you're going to see some things that are going to shock you in the political realm. Yeah, I know. I didn't think we could still be shocked, but I think there's some stuff coming that's going to shock you. And I think you just need to be prepared for it and aware of what things that might be. A lot of it has the potential to be pretty deliberate with regard to the 2A and tamping down of that right. And of course, trimming away or constricting our abilities within those rights regarding the 2A. So I would just look for some things, many things that are getting ready to change dramatically from before by way of executive order, and of course by way of new laws because of the power shift in DC. With that, I really want to encourage everybody to adopt the gray man approach. Going gray to me is a smart thing to do. It's not necessarily to subdue anything or to hide anything. It's just a matter of sort of blending in and not drawing unnecessary attention to yourself. Not that you're doing anything wrong to begin with, but I think people just want to avoid trouble right now. At least the smart people do, because there's trouble ahead. So going gray and using OPSEC. Everybody knows what OPSEC is. If you don't, ask and I'll tell you. But OPSEC is a real special tool that everybody should be using right now. There's a lot of listening going on. There's a lot of surveillance going on, covert and overt surveillance of all types, and they're pretty good at it. So as a former member of law enforcement on a couple of different levels, I can tell you that yes, the surveillance is really heavy right now, really heavy. So the second part of the video sort of ties into going gray and just using good OPSEC and risk management. Try to avoid trouble spots. There's nothing wrong with protesting peacefully, of course, using your First Amendment rights. That's obviously good, but there is some trouble ahead at some of these events, I think, where people will be doing so in a manner to infiltrate the group, just like they did in DC, and defacing the Capitol and breaking and entering and all that. I had no problem with them being on the Capitol at all. That's our property, and it's a lot of people had to die for us to have the rights that we do. And so please remember that. But avoid trouble spots. Don't look for trouble. But if you run into trouble, be prepared to deal with it. I'm not suggesting that you do anything illegal at all. Certainly would never advocate that. But if you are going into an area that you're unsure of, I would just be smart and have an exit strategy and be aware of what's around you, what's ahead, and again, be prepared to handle trouble should you run into it. Again, verify your exit strategies and have some different routes. Next part of it, should you run into trouble and end up detained or arrested, and a lot of people have, I think a lot of people have, that probably didn't deserve to be, or maybe we're just caught up in a group. But nevertheless, if you are detained or arrested by law enforcement, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not an attorney, but I'll tell you as a former member of law enforcement, and any other law enforcement officer or agent who's telling you the truth off the record will also tell you this: do not talk to the police. Do not talk to federal law enforcement. Invoke your rights and demand an attorney. Don't talk to police. Don't talk to law enforcement of any kind. If you're being detained or arrested, do not speak. Do not speak. All you need to do is invoke your rights and demand an attorney. Whether you think you did something wrong or not, doesn't matter. Okay? You have the right to demand an attorney be present if you're ever questioned by police. Again, if any law enforcement agent or police officer tells you otherwise off the record, they're lying to you because they know better. And I support law enforcement, but with people's rights being trampled on and it's getting ready to get worse, a lot of you guys know who you are. You guys and gals that wear the badge or carry a badge, you took an oath. And you need to remember your oath. A lot of us out here support law enforcement, and it's only going to be you if that changes. It's not going to be on us. It's going to be on you. So please remember that. And, again, I think I support law-abiding law enforcement. I really do. But I hope you guys and gals really think about what's going on and peel back the onion a little bit to be aware of the dirty tricks and the political driven infringement that's likely to come about in the next week and forward from there. I really hope that you guys and gals think about that, because we need good law enforcement, and good law enforcement needs us real bad. So with that, I would again encourage people to go gray, use the gray man approach going forward here. Utilize OPSEC, avoid trouble spots. Be prepared if you are to run into trouble, but hopefully you'll just avoid them altogether. Those spots are not good. And if you're detained or arrested by law enforcement, invoke your rights and keep your mouth shut. That would be my advice to you. Okay? So with that, I hope everybody has a great, productive weekend. You're able to top off some preps and to get the things you need to get. And don't forget to fill those tanks. Get those cooking fuels and candles or anything that you might need with regard to that stuff. Get it all wrapped up this weekend if you can. Get a handle on those last medications you need refilled, and of course food, water, all that jazz. So keep prepping, stack it deep. Please like, share, and subscribe, and always remember, long live the Republic.